My landlord insurance denied a $47,000 claim, and it wasn't because I did anything wrong. It was because I didn't know what questions to ask. The coverage gaps I didn't even know existed. They're the reason I ate that loss. Today, I'm going to make sure that never happens to you. Let's clear something up right now. Landlord insurance is not the same thing as a homeowner's policy. If you're renting out your property and still holding a homeowner's policy, you are dangerously underinsured because the moment your property becomes tenant occupied, your risk profile changes entirely. The first thing your agent might not tell you. A standard homeowner's policy doesn't cover loss of rental income if your tenant moves out after a fire or flood. But a proper landlord policy can. Imagine losing your entire rental income stream for 6 months while repairs are underway. And the insurance company says, not our problem. Now let's talk about liability. A guest trips on a loose stair, breaks their leg, and sues you. Or worse, a tenant's pet bites a neighbor's child. Are your limits high enough to cover a lawsuit that could reach into 6 figures? Most basic landlord policies carry minimal liability coverage, and unless you explicitly increase that, you could be exposed. This is why I carry an umbrella policy. It sits on top of my existing insurance and adds an extra million or two in protection, all for less than $200 a year. One bad day can bankrupt an unprepared landlord. An umbrella policy makes sure you walk away financially intact. But here's another trap: the actual cash value clause. If your policy reimburses you based on actual cash value instead of replacement cost, you're getting paid for a 15-year-old roof, not a new one. Always verify your policy pays replacement cost value. Otherwise, a major repair could still come with a massive out-of-pocket cost. Let's go deeper. Does your landlord policy include ordinance and law coverage? If not, and your building needs to be brought up to current code after a fire or flood, that cost falls on you. In many cities, code upgrades can add tens of thousands to your repair bill, and most landlords don't find out until it's too late. Now let's talk water damage. A busted pipe, a backed up sewer line, or flooding from a neighboring property. These are all treated differently depending on your policy. Many landlord policies exclude sewer and drain backup coverage entirely. Want that covered? You've got to add an endorsement. Same with flood insurance. It's not included by default. You need a separate flood policy from the National Flood Insurance Program or a private provider. If your rental is in a flood zone, this isn't optional. And if you own in wildfire-prone regions or hurricane zones, you better check your exclusions, because many policies are now including named storm deductibles and wildfire carve-outs that could leave you on the hook for huge losses. Now, why doesn't your insurance agent always tell you this? It's not that they're evil. It's that many are generalists. They sell home, auto, life, and commercial insurance. They may not be deeply familiar with landlord-specific risks, especially if they don't own rental properties themselves. And here's where it gets worse. Many agents default to quoting policies based on price, not protection, because they think that's what you want. And if you don't know to ask the right questions, you end up underinsured or insured for the wrong things entirely. Let me give you a real claim example. A landlord had a tenant who left a pot of grease unattended on the stove, causing a kitchen fire. The insurance covered the structural damage, sure, but because the policy didn't include loss of rent, the landlord lost 5 months of income while repairs were underway. That was $8,500 in lost rent. Gone. Another example, a pipe burst during winter in a vacant unit. Because the landlord had failed to maintain heat in the building, the insurance company denied the claim. Your policy has conditions. Read them, and make sure your property manager, if you use one, is following them. So what's the fix? First, find a broker who specializes in landlord and commercial rental property insurance. Ask if they own investment properties. Ask for examples of claims they personally worked through. If they can't walk you through a scenario, they're not the right broker. Second, review your policy annually. Rents go up, property values go up, construction costs rise. Your coverage should reflect today's numbers, not last decade's. Third, compare quotes every couple of years, but never sacrifice key coverage areas to save $50. Focus on total protection, not just price. And last, consider adding loss of rent, ordinance and law coverage, sewer and drain backup, and a $1 million umbrella policy. These are small additions that prevent massive losses. Let me leave you with this. Most landlords don't go broke from low rents. They go broke from one uncovered event, one kitchen fire, one burst pipe, one lawsuit. And it's not that insurance failed them. It's that they didn't know how to buy the right insurance. Now you do. So go pull your policy, ask your agent the hard questions, and make sure the coverage actually matches the risk. Drop a comment below. What's one landlord insurance mistake you've made, or almost made? And if you want a full checklist of must-have policy features for landlords, I've linked a free download in the description. Hit subscribe if you want more content on building wealth through rental properties. The right way. No fluff, no hype, just smart strategies that protect your future. Let's get to work.